Section 13, Abdullah Saud.
So welcome back to me and welcome back to you guys. It's me again, but this time I'm being in the final. So my speech today is going to be completely different from the other competitors because it is going to be shown by two famous English accents, the American accent and the British accent. It's just to attract you. My speech today is going to teach you what if someone says where there's a will there is a way, and what do we mean by this proverb. So let's get started. If someone says where there's a will there is a way, I'm going to try to explain this proverb in my words. Where there's a will, there is a way. Let's try to use other words to describe this proverb. Where there is a strong personality, there is a way. Where there is a weak personality, definitely there's not a way. Other words, where there is a serious student, there is a way. Where there is a careless student, definitely there is not a way. If you notice, the will in this proverb represents everything positive in our life. Honesty, strength, and also patience, etc. Everything positive in our life. So now, simply, if there is not a will, there will never be any competitors in this incredible speech competition. So now, I have picked up some stories, some actual stories for some successful personalities, right? The first story with us today is the story of the legend Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi actually wasn't born like me or like anybody here. So, literally, Lionel Messi has problems with his growth that makes him shorter than his friends. When Lionel Messi was 11, he was rudely kicked out from his team after they found out that he had troubles with his growth. This story literally happened 20 years ago, and now, simply, Lionel Messi is the best human who has kicked the ball in football history. Another example, but this time is about countries. I'm from India, so what do you think? Being a successful person in India is a little bit hard because you live among 1 billion people, so you have to make a strong effort to prove your personality. You have to be a monster to get a job. So never think the Indian teachers here in YSC College have got their jobs easily or something like piece of cake or something. Just never think like that. If you notice, I have been giving you actual examples around us. And now, I'm going to tell you the story that happened to me personally. 3 years ago, I was never say anything in English except yes and no. To be honest, some silly words from movies. And now, everybody was laughing at my language, my friends, my cousins, my teachers. After that day, everything in my life had completely changed. There was something making me a monster. There was something making me like I want to do anything to improve my language. That feeling that was making me a monster. I had been working hard. I had been working a strong effort. That was the power of my will. So that was the power of my will. And now I'm going to apply an actual example on this page. But before that, I'm going to tell you what your will really is as points. Your will is exactly the coffee that everybody needs. The will is exactly like the cure of sick people. The will is your compass when you get lost. And now I'm going to apply an actual example on this stage of the power of the will and how can it make you a monster completely. As I told you 3 years ago, I was never to say anything in English. I was never able to make a sentence in English. And now I can show English with its two accents. And now, if you notice, I'm going to change my accent. Now my accent is being British accent. So my will is my power. It is definitely my water. It makes me stronger. It makes me smarter. It makes me better. To cut my long story short, your will is your internal monster that can help you when you are completely stuck on in your suffering. Your brother Abdullah AlRashidi, the representative of Section 13, and wish good for me. I appreciate it.